Today I'm going to show you how to set up your team in FM24 so that you can play like Vincent Kompany's Bayern. Bayern are currently sitting on top of the Bundesliga table and they've been playing some really exciting football. So if you're ready, let's get right into it. Before I show you the tactical setup in the game, I would like to show you here on the tactical board because you're coaches. So I want to give you a high level understanding of how the tactics works on the tactical board, and then we'll move to the game and then I will show you the tactics in action and how to set it up. Now if you want to skip this part, you're welcome to skip this part, but if you'd like to stay and figure out how this works, then be my guest. So now let's get into it. When Bayern starts out, like when they in build-up phase, Bayern start out with like a back three. So you would have this number 6, which is one of the holding players, come from midfield to join the build-up, and then you have like this 3 here at the back, and then the fullbacks, they move into the midfield. They move into the midfield to congest the midfield. Also, sometimes you would see something of this nature. So you'd have like the fullbacks coming into midfield, and also the holding midfielder. Sometimes he would come into the midfield, sometimes he would just drop off and become the single pivot, and you would have something of this nature. So Bayern have various variations. Sometimes he's here, sometimes he's here. Sometimes it could be the number 10 here, sometimes it could be number 8 here. But in general, they have this sort of variation, and this is how they look to build out from the back. This is the structure they use. Now when they have the ball in the opposition's half, every space, they try to fill every space. So you would have something like this. Actually, you would have something more of like this. The number 2 goes into this half space, the number 10 goes into this other half space. Then they push up. They push up really high. So they would push up really high to compress the space, and this is how they look to play when they have the ball in the opposition's half. So you'd have like a 2-3-5 type of situation sometimes, and this 2-3-5 has a lot of rotations. So it could be the number 10 outside and the number 7 inside. So they're constantly rotating. But one thing Vincent Kompany wants from his wingers is that he wants them to stay really wide. So irrespective of whoever is playing in that wide area, you have to stay really wide, and you will constantly see the right fullback always coming into this half space. And this is technically how Bayern look to play, and they structure themselves this way so that when they lose the ball, they can easily counter press and win the ball back. So you would notice that when Bayern are playing and immediately they lose the ball, they don't care about positioning. They just get back into shape. Like they counter press and try to get back into shape at the same time. So this is Bayern. I've shown you how Bayern plays in build up and how they look to attack the opposition's box. Now, out of defense, which is rare because Bayern always have the ball, but when they don't have the ball, they look to play with sort of a high line, because they always want to be on the front foot. So they look to play with a high line, and they play in sort of a narrow 4-2-3-1. And this is how they look to play. This is how they look to structure themselves without the ball. So with the ball, they use the number 6 to build up to form like 3 players at the back, with a single pivot being the number 8, and then everybody looks to congest the center. And then without the ball, they go to a 4-2-3. They go to a 4-2-3-1 shape, and in the opposition's half, they go to a 2-3-5 shape. So we're going to look to replicate all of this stuff in FM24. Okay, so this is the tactical setup. And as you can see, we have a 4-2-3-1. Starting from the striker is playing as a deep line forward. We've given him the instructions to pass it shorter, run from position, close down less, and tackle harder. And then the wingers they have an attack duty, and they have the following instructions: pass it shorter, take fewer risk, run wide with the ball, run from position, close down more, and tackle harder. And then we have the attacking midfielder. The attacking midfielder has the following instructions: pass it shorter, take fewer risk, hold up ball, run from position, close down less, and tackle harder. Now we have the left center midfielder. He has the instructions of pass it shorter, take fewer risk, run from position, close down more, and tackle harder. And then the right central midfielder has the instruction to pass it shorter, take fewer risk, hold position, stay wider, close down more, and tackle harder. Now the left fullback has the instruction. He's playing as an inverted wing back on support duty. He has the instruction to pass it shorter, get further forward, close down more, and tackle harder. The right fullback has the instruction. He's playing as an inverted wing back. He has the instruction to pass it shorter, get further forward, close down more, and tackle harder. The center backs, they're playing as ball playing defenders on stopper duty because they look to come out to stop attacks. They have the instruction: stay wider, close down more. And yeah, this also has the instruction to stay wider and close down more. Now let's look at the in possession tactics. Now in possession, we are telling the team to play with a wide width. Also, the mentality for the tactics is a positive mentality. We're telling the team to play with a wide width. We're telling them to play out of defense and focus play through the center. We also ask them to try to walk the ball into the box. Also, Bayern really play quick, so we have like a higher tempo and shorter passing, so that we can have like the one-touch football. And also we instruct the team to like run at defense, because we always want to try to dribble our way to goal, because that's how Bayern look to play. In transition, when possession has been lost, we want to counter press. When possession has been won, we want to immediately hit the opposition on the counter. Then we've asked the goalkeeper to roll out the ball to the center backs. Now, out of possession, we have a higher press line of defense and much higher defensive line, and we have prevent short goalkeeper distribution, tackling, stay on feet, defensive line step up more so that we can compress the space and press the opposition more. And this is how Bayern look to play. Also, for pressing trap, we look to trap the opposition outside, and we look to stop the crosses. So this is the tactical overview. Now we have a match to play, and I'm going to show you the tactics in action. So let's go to the match and see how this tactics works, how it performs in game. So as you can see, the teams we look to press the opposition really high, and we look to keep possession, and that's how Bayern look to play. First goal, yeah, we got a goal. Now we got our first goal. Bayern they look to play quick passes, when they counter, and that's what as you can see, that's what we just did right now. And here you can just see that it's only the center backs that get to stay back, and this is how Bayern plays. Everybody pushes up and the center backs stay back. And here you can see we have sort of that 2-3 shape, although we have other players here, but as the game progresses you will see more of that 2-3-5 shape that I talked about when in the opposition's half. You can see we've won the ball really quick, and this is how Bayern likes to play. They don't give the opposition time on the ball. Oh, that was close. It was offside. One of the facets of this tactics is the opposition never have time on the ball. And now you can see we are now in again attacking. If he makes the pass on time, we would have scored, but he didn't. Well, stay on. Missed that. You would get erratic behaviors from these players from time to time. So you can let me pinpoint the position. So this is the wingers. As you can see, the wingers, they're staying really wide. This is the center backs, and you can see the one of the pivot, he's trying to Joshua Kimmich is going to try to drop to form a back three, and why Lima, who is playing as he's playing as the right fullback, he's going to look to come into this half space. And as you can see here, we have Musiala and Thomas Muller. They are just congesting the center. Here we go. Cross. Oh, couldn't get the ball in time. We're looking to press really high. No, not allowing the opposition to play out from the back. We're just keeping up the tempo, and this is how Bayern play. They play with really high tempo. Oh, come on. We should have scored that. They like to play with really high tempo, short passes, really quick, press the opposition really high, and this is how Bayern look to play. That was a wayward pass. Okay. Oh, come on. You gotta be. Oh, sometimes just okay. Look at it. Now, one thing I forgot to tell you is when Bayern look to play, it is the wingers that actually initiate the press. And I think one of my players has been injured. It is the wingers that actually look to initiate the press and not the striker. So as you can see here, you can see that the wingers are really high up, and once the keeper leaves the ball, you can see Sane initiating the press, though he should have closed the passing lane, but it's not a problem. And now we've won the ball back, and now we're countering. This should be a goal. Oh my God, that should have been a goal. Come on. We've had so many chances. There's a goal. Are you kidding me? How many times have we hit the post? Finally, we get a goal from set piece. Finally, we got a goal from set piece. Yeah, that was a good goal. And mind you, we're playing like Leverkusen. They're not just any ordinary team. Leverkusen is a team that's really good. So imagine like we're dominating a team such as Leverkusen. But this is just to show you the impact and the facet of this tactics that Vincent Kompany uses at Bayern. It is complete domination from start to finish. Oof, this is the third time we're hitting the post. And as you can see, that's the match. It was complete total domination. They couldn't do anything against us because we had complete control of the game. We had 15 shots on target, we have 15 shots and we had like 6 on targets and an XG of 2. I mean, we could have been better in finishing, and in real life Bayern actually are very good at finishing. So these are some of the things that you'd have to work on in training and get your players to be good in front of goal. And by doing so, you would score lots of goals as Bayern do in the real world. So this is the base for you to go and play with this tactics, tweak it to your heart's content, and let me know let me know the results you get in the comment. And please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Until next time, bye bye.